There we go. That fixed? Okay. I had the wrong mic selected. But yes, Majma, hi everyone. Moon, my cuteness is maxed out because you cast it every time. That's why it's maxed out. And hi Lemonade, hi Twits, or Twiz. I don't quite know how to pronounce your name, but hi. How is everyone doing today? I'm already starting a little scuffed, but it's not too bad. Catching Mike off in first like couple whatever is pretty decent. But I did forget another thing, which is I forgot to put up the photo reference. So excuse me while I slap a Killdeer bird on screen so you know what we're trying to color. Let me add a filter to that so that we can get that cropped down. Why are you hurting your hand with an unloaded airsoft gun? That seems like a bad thing to do. Nope. 100 on that one, and then right, remove like 500. There we go. So now we have the grip hurts. That's no good.
Something I'm scared of.
Probably about there. Should do it.
There are many types of monsters in this world.
Yeah, so that there is reference of the bird we are trying to color and the bird that we have modeled on previous streams before. Now, today I am a little bit all over the place. Hang on, let's actually skip this one for now so that I'm not trying to talk over someone else. And maybe turn it down a smidge more. There we go. Yes, so I am all over the taste. Even my tongue is all over the place today. I can't talk straight. But it's one of those days where I have so much I want to do, and I don't think I have enough time to do anything. Fair enough, Eternal. Hopefully work goes well. Hi, Bento. Yeah, so we have the texturing this one, and I realized just before stream started that I had not set up my tablet again. Because last time I blew away my computer, I forgot to set up my tablet before a emote stream, which was significantly worse because I don't normally use my tablet for this. But I realized, as I was trying to set it up today and like download all the drivers, that my tablet is past end of life. It is not supported anymore, and when I tried to download the drivers, it was basically just like, this tablet won't work. So that's fun. I've apparently got a far older tablet than I thought I did. So that's on my list of things to fix, but I'm probably not going to be fixing that today. Because there is a slew of other stuff to do. But if we end up finishing the bird early today, which is why I was talking about this, we're probably not going to do emotes, because I, again, don't have a tablet. But I do have something else I could work on, which is some music and stuff, because I do have the stuff to work on that. So you might get to hear me dabble on the piano a bit later today, if all goes to plan. For now, let's start with the bird. I think the way that we're going to approach this is that there are different sections we're doing, because you've got the beak, the eyes, the claws, and then like the rest of the body would be all different materials in my head. So I think let's start with just doing the actual feathers. Oh, I am RGB. So we'll make head pats. Hey, okay. So folder, we're gonna call this one feathers, I guess. And then that should have a mask on it. We'll add a white mask, I think is the correct way of doing that. And then, what would be the material that is closest to feathers that we could just slap on here? It's RGB mother, yes. I am RGB. We want something fuzzy, so something... We could either go for, like, a felted texture, or Like, I don't think that one quite works. That one, it's a bit close, but it's too normalized, I feel like, to be feathers. And there is some interesting shenanigans going on there. Denim, probably not. Meh. I forgot that I changed the sound of the duck, because it was getting a bit annoying that I couldn't tell if someone was throwing a duck at me or booping me. So I decided to change the duck sound, and now it quacks, and it startled me. Where is the other? I don't know. We'll just, oh, that one surprisingly close. I think if we stacked that with some other ones, maybe. So we'll scoot that into feathers. That'll at least be a good way of showing where things are while we actually change some of the mask. Oh, and we need to change that to be alignment UV. And size should be based on texture. So now we can start and clear some of these things. Clearly not doing the best of jobs there. We want opacity. Flow is all the way up. I guess we just shrink it. There we go. We'll just do a quick pass over that so that we know things that start having it don't have that. I think this one's eyes. Yes, that one is eyes. Kit, thank you for the follow. Get all of that clear. This is part of the leg, I think. So that should not be feathered. I think these are, yeah, those are eyes. Don't want to feather the eyes either. That would be super weird. I think that's one of, like, you have, like, body horror and stuff. It does look a bit like cardboard at the moment. That's kind of to be expected. We've not tweaked much. This is just figuring out where the different mapping stuff is. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Something about body horror. There's a lot of different ways to do body horror. I think one of the ones that does actually get me a little bit is doing like feathers and hair in places there shouldn't be, because it's wrong. Catnip is nice. It is, yeah, I read my pet likes munching on cardboard and was like, that sounds like a cat, and it was indeed a cat. That is very cat-like behavior, scratching and munching on cardboard. It also sounds like Tanny behavior. Alright, I think we've gotten all of the places, though have we missed something on the tongue? Yeah, we've definitely missed something on the inside of the mouth there. I think this is inside of the mouth. Yeah, that is definitely inside of the mouth there. Oh, shoot, we're getting some of the tail feathers or something there. Meow. Do not eat glass. No one should eat glass. That is dangerous. I think this is part of tongue, so I'm gonna remove that one. Oops. I mean, if you're talking about Jello, Jello is fine. But you should not eat any kind of glass. You should not eat things that are not food. Glass should not look like candy. Some candy might look like glass, but glass does not look like candy. Alright. So we've now got that. I'm thinking if we want to do the mapping on the other sections first before we actually tweak what the feathers look like. That way we're pretty clear on what's what. I think we will. Stained glass, I guess, does look like a Jolly Rancher. But you still shouldn't eat it. Where is... There we go. Glass visor. So we'll slap this on just so that we can see things in a transparent view and have a better idea of what we're selecting, what we're not. So we'll do group. This one can be called tongue. No, inside mouth. No, we'll do beak. We'll do beak next. And this one should be add a black mask to it, and then we can start doing the beak there. Where is the other part of the beak? There we go. Beak up here. And then I think the rest... Hydrating. Oof. That sucks. Hopefully you fix it soon, Fox. I think let's count inside the beak and outside the beak as the same thing. Oh. Clicky thing. You're using 2D software for something secret for your channel? Ooh, those are always fun. Where was the other piece of tongue? There it is. Very secret. You will have to put it in showcase when it's done. I am very curious. Is this inside the mouth? Or is that part of the toe? That's part of the toe. Okay. Where is... Oh, right. It was this one. So that is now all part of the beak. And then we can do another... Oh, you're leaking it today? Ooh, nice. Another group inside here, call this inner beak. Add a black mask to that one. And then we'll add, I don't know, fiberglass just inside there. And then this one over here. That's my software right now? That's fair. What do I think about pineapples? Pineapples that have been like stuck on a rotisserie and coated with brown sugar are delicious. Those are very yummy. Alright, so we've now got outer beak and inner beak, so that should be separated nicely. Let's go ahead and change the color of the glass visor, just so that we can more easily see what it is. There we go. So there's beak, which looks really freaking weird like that, but that's not the permanent one. Let's add a section for the eyes. Use another glass visor in that one. Add a black mask. So that should be here, here. The pupils and irises are here. And then we have the eye whites Pineapple is too spiky, but if it tastes spiky, then you're eating it wrong. Alright, so there's the eyes mapped out, and then... Ooh, Sundays are nicey. I don't think we need this spooky here. Let's go next one. Next group, this is going to be feet. I could probably call them something else, but feet works. Add a black mask to that one. Oh, and we should recolor the eyes as well. We'll go like orange, yellowish. There we go. And then feet. All that stuff. We'll probably just remove or hide the materials that we're using to separate these out, just so that it's a little bit less crazy when you look at it while trying to do a specific one. But we did need to map out these things anyways, so it will help us in the long run. Even though these materials are very, very temporary. There we go, I think. Oh no, we're missing a leg. We're missing this leg over here. I also don't know what those ones are. I feel like they're bound to be the ends of those, which means they should actually be under the feathers material, not this one. So let's do much smaller size, switch the color to black to remove it from these, and then go to the feathers material, switch it to white, and put that down. Alright. So I think that is all of our sections sectioned out. That should make it easier in the long run. And then let's do changing the placeholder textures. Hi Tanny, how you? Let's just remove those two. And then what would be a good... Maybe this one's gonna be a weird one, but maybe? No, that's way too shiny. Actually, maybe if we just tone down the shine a bit, that'll work. Above it. Iron. Very nice, Bento. Do I not have... metallic. Tone that down? No? Why can't I change those? I guess let's just get rid of this one. If it's not working, it's not working. We can try other ones. I remember what I forgot. Fake mesh maps. There we go. And then this might lag a little bit. Let's see how well this computer fares. That is significantly better. I didn't even stutter at all from what I saw. It has some interesting sharpness going on, which is a little weird. I think that's from the ambient occlusion? maybe? I guess that should be fine. Return to painting mode. Yeah, I think that isn't anything that we can't fix with some clever tweaking of the shaders and stuff later. Alright, slap. Oh, yeah. That one actually worked surprisingly well, so if we stick that on beak. Put that one back above it. And then
Oi 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 oi
wait,
oi oi
Tanny,
oi oi
why?
oi.
Tanny, why are you throwing more bits at me? You should be saving your money. I remember you ran out of bits before. Well, don't. You specifically need to be saving your money. Do not throw money at me if you can't afford it. Alright, why do you have another 400? Rude. You should be taking care of yourself. Hydrating. Tanny is not. You don't have $10 to spend on this, I'm pretty darn sure. Don't. I don't know if I believe you. Eyes should be next week. It's kind of a weird one. Sort of works, sort of doesn't. Nah, mostly doesn't.
Making it even 400.
Bad Tanny. Oh, that sucks, Eternal. Hopefully it gets better soon. Where was the material I was looking for, though? You know what? That might work. It's a weird one, but if I do remove that one, put that one there, and then change the color, that should maybe work. I think tweak the grunge a little bit. Do like that, tone it down color-wise. Yeah, that's not too bad for like eye whites and stuff. You want McDonald's nuggets but can't drive and don't have money. Ah, that's fair. I don't even know what this noise is, but it looks like it's fine. Maybe we actually tweak that a bit more blue. No, I think I'm happy with that. I think that's fine. So we've got eyes mostly in place for like eye whites. Tweak those later. Oh, hang on. I see something wrong with the feathers. Is that because it's eye whites or is that from something else? I think that's just missing a bit on the feathers. Just need to polish that up a bit. There we go. Yeah, Amazon is rough. Oh, do the Killdeer's legs match the beak, or are they a different color? That's what I need to figure out now. I think they're a different color. Yeah, those are very much a different color. They're much lighter. But they look to be similar in texture in a, like, slightly different way. So we'll pull that one back down. So if we remove that and then pop... Why the duck? Why the duck? Why the ducks? Danny! Stop that! One, two, 3, 4.
Sploosh.
Yes, very sploosh. Copy layers, paste layers there, and then stick under feet, and then change the color to where it is a much lighter one, and then maybe tweak the dirt as well so it's lighter. I think that works for placeholder. Ooh, head pats and cuddles. I like those. I think I've missed a little bit. Yeah, I missed a little bit there. Gotta make sure that the mapping works well on all of these. There we go. And then on these, yep, I knew they would be missing some on the edges too. When it looks like I'm missing some on that feather there. So we'll do that in a second. Feathers is this one, so I can fill in that bit there. And then the beak was also missing a bit here. That should help. Oh, and we're missing a bit on the foot there, it looks like. Very nice journal. Oh, and missing more on this beak here. There we go. Looks plenty good. Now for actually doing the feather colorings and stuff. So the burlap texture, do we actually want to roll with that? Or, oh, we could also do, where is it? Under effects, I think? No, filters. Filters, stylization, stick over top of that. And then, because I think they wanted more cartoony, so maybe Painterly is the way to go on this. we can either lower or raise as we want. I think let's do a little bit less so that we have some of the kind of feathery texture in it. And then we can change the brush strokes. I think I want more brush strokes. Colorized doesn't matter. Gradient, I don't think we're going to use. Baked lighting, I don't know whether we want or not. Probably not. Not like that. Edges and cavities. I think we'll stick with that on. So then going to the brush strokes, we can increase the number of them. So like something like that. That should help quite a bit. And then do we want like, ooh, the waves does kind of look good. That does look very fluffy. So I'm noticing that it has like this weird stripy pattern there that I'm not sure I like. Oh, but that is a side effect of the base itself, it looks like. Because that's on the burlap. Maybe, so let's go to burlap. Where is the one handling that pattern? Is it multiple? So this is definitely contributing to it. This is doing it off of its map, I believe. The fill bucket here. And it's doing a tiling on a square projection, which would explain why it's doing that. Maybe let's try on a UV projection.
If when does bird nest up high it goes.
What? I am confused by that. I don't know what you're asking. UV projection on that one, and then UV projection on that one. Does that help a little bit? It has a little bit. It's not quite as noticeable as it was before. So then if we turn back on the stylization, yeah, now it's basically entirely gone. And it looks so fluffy. Looks very fluffy. Let's see, so I think let's do collapse the burlap. We'll add one above this, call this one color. So this is going to handle how our coloring actually is. Ooh, or do we want, do I want to paint this on, or do I want to use, I think we'll try painting this on first. So then this one should only be color, nothing else matters. And then we want maybe a cotton brush on this. So this is going to be down that way. It looks so fluffy. Oh, this probably should be mirrored though. And then that goes all the way up to like there. And then it's gonna go down this way. Yeah, fluffy bird is what we want. I think it wraps all the way back around their neck. I might need to go look up more examples just to be sure. It is very burb. And then that goes across the bottom. We'll just color on this side That's one of the nice things about Substance Painter. You can do it on both the actual thing and on just the UV texture. 100% polygons in the shape of a bird. Yes, yes. Hi, Upon, how are you? I like boops. Boops are fun. And welcome back, Recommended. How are you? I think they have white on the bottom of their tail feathers. Oh, I got booped. Yeah, problem with that is that it did do the top as well, which we don't want. Hang on, so we'll undo those. What was the one that stops it from clipping through? Probably under brush, and then back face culling on, but it's... We'll turn that up. No, that's not gonna work. Size space object, size space viewport? No. Not down? No. Was it like 90 something, wasn't it? I know there's a setting somewhere that stops me from painting the other side, which is what we need. I just don't remember where it was. Alignment UV should help here. Yeah, that has definitely helped. We've only gotten a little bit on that one. No, Eternal, you yearn for out of work. There is a difference. Do not let work kill you. There we go. So that's coming together pretty well. I'm gonna double check on some other references, make sure that the colors do in fact go all the way around. Yes, they seem to. And then I think let's tweak some of this a bit more. Oop. Come on. Is this not such a tangent? Alignment UV. There we go. Now that's looking better. We can actually trim that down and make that match. Very cute, very cute. Get that off the wings a bit more. And then maybe trim back here a little bit. Pull this down. Something like that. Bit of a sharper edge on it. And then we need the like near black.
Statistically, 30% cat, 70% Tide Pod.
How'd you get those numbers? I don't know what parts you're measuring for cat. It looks like a kiwi. It should look like a killdeer. I don't think Tide Pods chase laser pointers. You chose at random, fair. But then again, if you count me as a Tide Pod, I do chase laser pointers. So that would raise the number of Tide Pods chasing laser pointers. I don't know. I am not part car. We need color, and then do like near black, not full black. Probably something more in the brownish range for that one, I think. Ooh, or more. How do we color match that one? That definitely feels more brownish reddish range. So probably like there. Go to there. And then this is gonna be a little bit off here. I am not a car.
Update, 30% Tide Pod, 30% car, 40% cat.
No. I am not car. I am not Keidakat. No. And then need a little bit around here. Tuck down that way too. Yeah. We're getting somewhere. I feel like I've a little bit messed up this bit. Maybe we need more white there. But I'll come back to that. I know we definitely need more white above the eyes. We kind of missed that spot. But we'll start with the other, like, neck parts and such. And it looks like there's one that's, like, from this point and then down. Dude, what do you mean unbakes your beans? I am... What? How are you guys confusing me this much today? I mean, yeah. But how do you unbake something? You can't just unbake a cake. That doesn't work. Removing heat does not undo the thing that did the heat. I don't know where the frick I was going with that. You can't ungrill cheese either! It's not how that happens! Making something cold does not remove the heat. What do you mean fix it? What am what do you... What cheese? I can't ungrill the cheese! No! Why are you like this? Put this back. You are a tanny. That is correct. But a tanny does not have to be like this. You choose how you are, so you don't have to be like this. Burgers don't even have ham to begin with. You can't unham something that doesn't have ham. It's just a burger. I know it's called a hamburger, but it was named incorrectly. There we go, hydrated. I'm double checking some references at the moment. Okay, I finally found one where the bird is looking at the camera. And it is an interesting look. I think bring this forward a bit more. And then bring out the eraser, bring that down. And then bring that out more. And that's about the way to do it. Maybe beef that up slightly. Fuzz that out a bit more. Maybe add some fuzz here as well. Just enough to make it feel a bit more fluffy. And then the tricky bit is going to be those eyes. So I might jump to working on the eyes for a little bit and then come back and do more of the coloring. So let me see about like the tail and stuff, because we haven't done anything there. Next song please as well. Because it looks like the tail tip is a bit darker. So that one has an example where it's like lighter on the back. One of the struggles as well is the website that I use for a lot of the like royalty from free images and stuff that I use on stream use AI. So, like, so they have AI images mixed in. So it's sometimes a bit hard to tell if I'm looking at an actual thing or if this is one of those AI ones. I think that one looks accurate from my guess. So we'll do this side, bits of white on these. There. Expand that out a bit more. That needs to also get covered a little bit. Touch there. Should be fine. Zoom out. Get. Want a bit of eraser there. There we go. And then use that darker color we've been using, which will turn off the stylization and the burlap for a second so that we can actually just see the normal colors. Actually, wait, we shouldn't need to do that. If we just do that and then do base color, we can now select the base color we were using before. And then this one has like there. That might have gone a bit wide. Something like that should work. Don't throw eggs at people. So we've now got that tail looking a lot better. Let me go look at Discord thingy. 'Cause I assume you put it in showcases somewhere? Or not? I will have to go check your stuff later then. Okay, that's fine. We still need to add stuff to the wings. So I think we'll do... look back here. That down there, and then there. Why the cheese? This is definitely going to take some finagling. back here. I feel like we need to turn down the opacity on that. Just build it up like that a bit. So now we can pull out our eraser, tone that back a bit, tone that back there, and then we need to bring out the white again. Full stroke opacity on that one. Touch that up a bit. Alright, that's not too bad. And then maybe even bring in a touch of the white on the wings, I think. Probably around like here-ish, but maybe much softer. Maybe I need a different one, not that one. Close, but not quite. Almost. That's an interesting one. Do that around here. I want it to be like less though. That one kind of works. We'll do quick touch white where it's just kind of speckled. Maybe a bit more there. Turn on stylization. I forgot that we have that, which kind of muddles things a little bit. But that doesn't look too terrible if we turn on material side. We're getting somewhere. I think some of those, some of the brush needs a little bit of cleanup. Stylization. If we change stroke mode, single stroke. I kind of liked multiple strokes better. Stroke mode spots isn't bad. Clouds, stripes. Stripes isn't too far. Skip that one again. Strokes, splatters. Splatters is kind of cute. Ooh, I think smudges. Smudges feels like it. Yeah, so now we have like hints of the white in there. That looks good. I think what I want to do now is add another bit of a warmer tone somewhere. Maybe using the dirty spots one we liked. So if we start at like that color, then move more saturated, maybe even a bit like just there, maybe. And then if we do larger brush, just bring some color in. We'll go there. Maybe bring it over here. And then a bit on the back, probably more back here. Treat it like that spot's a little bit lighter. And then on the top of the head-ish, or maybe just like right there a bit, and a bit back here. So that's not looking too bad. I am pretty happy with that. How you change the location of where your filament is kept. Fair enough, fair enough. Organizing your space is always good. I think the next thing that we should work on is maybe doing the, what is it? The eyes? Because I think that's what makes a killdeer feel most like a killdeer. We've kind of got the pattern quite well. Oh, I need to tweak the frickin', the bottom here. Because I've somehow managed to get, what? Why are you not, Did I put that on another layer? Did I paint that directly on the stylization? I sure hope I didn't. No? What?
I'm scared of, I suppose. Monsters. There are
Okay, where was that painted then?
monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble.
Is that just a shadow? Am I freaking out over a shadow?
Monsters who
Face color. Okay, that is just a shadow. We're fine.
monsters
I was being silly.
who tell lies.
I don't quite know what's going on with the tail there, though. I don't know whether I like it or not.
Cunning than other monsters.
I could do... I think that's part of the stylization that's doing that. What if I upstroke them out? Sorta, kinda, but not really. It's weird that it's so focused on that point. Seed random. That one looks a little bit better. Does it look fine on front? It's where you're mostly gonna see it. What if we just paint early? That kind of works. I think that's probably the one we'll go with then. Painterly stylized. Looks pretty good. Wow. So then eyes next is what I wanted to do. Expand eyes. I've currently got latex. Though I know they specified that they wanted to make sure that they had the orange ring around the eyes.